guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to Nays Stitches. So I'm here to talk about the mistakes I made when making my wedding dress. So if you notice the picture, you will see that my wedding dress, my boobs were flat, like flat. There was nothing there. It was literally flat. And I noticed what I did there that made it that flat. So I would want you guys to avoid that kind of mistake. So when I was taking my measurements, I took my bust measurement very firmly instead of just taking it the normal way you usually take it. So instead of taking it and putting it to your hands, I'll show you. I really do not know what happened to this video. It doesn't have any sound. I was just trying to explain how I took my measurement and how you should take yours. I took mine very firmly, like there was no space in between, and you should take your bust measurement with 2 fingers in it just to have enough allowance so it can move up and down. It's not so loose and it's not so tight. And I took mine this way. It was very, very tight. It was very firm. It wasn't going up, it wasn't going down. It was just there. That was why my boobs were like flat, like there was nothing there, literally. And yeah, that was literally all the gist I was trying to say here. For a new chest line, go up by 1 or 1.5. Let's make sure to not go more than 1.5 so it doesn't cause any problem. And from our chest line, you draw a straight line. Now we are going to take our over bust tightening. Divide the shoulder by 2 and then draw a straight line to get to the bust point. And now we are going to take 0.5 inch on both sides and then connect that to the bust point. Now for our under bust tightening, we'll divide our under bust by 4 inches and then place the measurement on our under bust line. Whatever we get left is what we will divide unequally on both sides of our darts. Now the dart towards your side front gets more measurement, while the dart towards your center front gets less. I got 1 inch from mine, then I put 0.75 on the dart facing the side and 0.25 on the dart facing the center front. Now I'm going to use my armhole cuff to connect the. Meanwhile, your cuff should be facing the other side, not this way. And then I'll connect with a ruler from the underbust to my waist point. So because I have a very sharp point there, I'm going to use my curve to give it a better curve. So it's not sharp and pointed. At this point, we're almost done with our pattern. We have to close up our armhole by connecting a kind of a straight line from our former chest line to our new chest line, like I'm doing in the video. After that, we'll be closing our bust darts and just do exactly what I'm doing in the video. I made a mistake by cutting the entire pattern, then closing. You can do exactly what I'm doing here. Cut the top of the bust dart and then you close it and then you go ahead to cut out your pattern. The red line is what I'm cutting out from this pattern. The mistake I want you guys to watch out for is that I took my bust measurement very tight instead of giving it a little bit of allowance, and then I ended up having a very pressed boobs. If you want a defined bustier, please go ahead and make sure to take your accurate measurements. For my back pattern, I divided my shoulder by 2, then connected it to my bust span. Then I went down from my chest line by 1 inch from my center back, just because I want to give it a bit of a curve. Then I connected it to the end of my armhole like I'm doing in the video. I'm going to take 0.25 on both sides from the line I connected to our bust span, then I'll connect it to our dart like I'm doing in the video. Then I'll go ahead and cut out my pattern. Do not cut out your dart yet. You have to wait for the next step. We will not be needing our zipper slant at this point because we'll be putting a loop. From our center back top, I'm going to go in by 3 inches. And then at the waist area, I'll go in by 1.5. Then I'll connect it in a, because I want the kind of a V shape. Please do not forget to label and notch your pattern so you do not get confused, especially where the top part is and where the down part is. Yeah, and please be careful. For my modesty panel, I'll take 9 inches for the length, and then I'll take 5 inches on the top part and 3 inches on the down part. This is all on fold. Let's not forget to take our allowances. I took 1 inch for my side front, and then I took 0.5 inch to join my bustier. So I'm cutting my center front on the fold, and then the side front I'm cutting on the fold too, which will give me 2, and then the center front will give me just 1. I would also go ahead and cut my lining piece and also my interfacing piece, that's my este. I'm cutting everything the same way. I'll be cutting 2 pieces for my modesty panel. I've gone ahead to iron my este on all the pieces I cut out. If you have enough este, please go ahead and add it to your lining to give it more structure. So this is me just marking my allowance out because I want to join it, and it's a lot easier when I mark it this way. Now I'll go ahead and sew it on my sewing machine, and then I'll come back to show you what I got. This is a bust ball I did myself. It's a lifesaver. This is what you need to iron all your bustier to give it a better, perfect looking bustier feel. So I usually just iron the seam open after I notched it on my under bustier to give it a perfect iron. and I'll do the same for my lining and do the same for my main fabric as well. This is the outcome of ironing properly. I cannot overemphasize on iron. Like, you really need to iron properly. I've gone ahead to iron, and then I'll go ahead to join the front and the back together. At this point, I was doing my happy dance because I was looking at it and it was looking really good, and I was just dancing. I was just placing it so you see how it looks here. The only thing I didn't like was how my boobs was pressing all together, and I regretted using the bust pad because I probably did not use it properly. So yeah. Now I'm joining my back to my front, and I'll sew my 1-inch sewing allowance. I'm just trying it out. I tried this thing out like 100 times before I finally finished with the entire dress. I'll be sewing with my breast pad on the lining. I sewed in the seam I joined, and I sewed the down just to hold it in place, like I'll show you in the video here. I went ahead to sew the middle where I joined it, and then I sewed the under as well, like here. I joined my back to my front pattern like I did for the main page. The only difference was that I added my boning on the part I joined, that's the dart. I also added boning to the underbust, to the waist area, to give it more structure, and then I went ahead to trim all my seams so there will be no bulge. Now I'm joining my lining to the main piece by joining it at the top parts, then going ahead to top stitch the lining to keep it in place. Please do not forget to iron properly. You can see how crisp is looking because I ironed properly. I cannot overemphasize on ironing. At this point, I'd be sewing all day and I was really exhausted. I just needed to take a break and then continue. Okay, so I decided to put boning on this side. I came in by 1 inch. So I'll come down by ½ inch here and come down by ½ inch here. Then place my boning and sew it. I'll do the same for the other side. Now I'm going to do a strap for the boning. So I cut a strap, a long strap of 1 inch, and then I folded it and then turned it and ironed it. So that's what I'm using to do the loop.
The next day.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are at this moment. Well, it is 6:30 and I'm about to start making my dress. Continue making my dress, not about to start. Continue. I'm almost done, and I'm very sure if I had taken it up to myself, I would have finished since. But yeah, I always have this side distractions or something I need to finish for a client and all that. So yeah, this thing keep poking me so sharp. Okay, so I'm about to put my loop on here and on the other side as well, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. This is like the modesty panel, that's what I call it. So yeah, so I'm going to put my loop this way. Ouchie. So it's going to be this way, like this. Yeah, this is what I did earlier, but then I have to put something to cover this. So it's going to look like this. I have to cover it from here, and then when I do cover it like this, I'm going to have to like now cover this area. Like this. Then I'm going to like top stitch it. But if you see the picture, this thing has to go at the back, which is more like a pleat. I'll have to pleat it. I'll have to pleat it, then use this to like top stitch. That's why I'm putting this one for it. So let us try and get this. So I have to loosen this up and do it this way. Put it at the back, so when I turn it, it's going to look like this instead of like this. So yeah. Okay, so let's fix this. Let's fix this side, then I'll fix the other side off camera because I need to still correct this and I don't want to bore you guys with that. So I'm going to stitch it all the way down here on the 1/2 inch like this, and I'll come back to show you what I have. So this is what I have. This is what I'm going to do. But I'm going to go ahead and iron this area. Iron it, and I'll come back to show you. So this is what I'm going to do. Top stitch this area. But I won't top stitch it right now. So this is what I have. I won't top stitch it now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another boning on this area. I'm going to add another boning on this area so give it more structure. And then I'm like this. You just have to adjust it very, very, very well, so it stays perfect. So I'm going to do the same thing to this. Okay, so this is what I have. So I'm going to top stitch it so it gives this place more structure, and I have the same for the other one. It gives it more structure. This is me trying it out again. Yeah, but with the loop at the back this time, because I would want to drape my sleeves on this. I've gone ahead to drape my sleeves and drape to your satisfaction, whichever way you want to drape. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. You are beautiful.